Hello, I'm MBX and welcome back to the video. So I'm in Chicago right now as I record this. I didn't bring my microphone with me because I wasn't expecting, any update to come out, but one did come out, and that means I had to go out and buy a microphone, so forgive for the audio quality. But yes, Title Update 47 is out now, and it seems like a really small update on the surface, but there's a lot of things we learned, kind of in the nitty-gritty details of this update that are kind of interesting and worth knowing, so I figured why not go through some of the secret, hidden truth of TU47, and that's what I'm doing with today's video. Hopefully you all do enjoy it. So like the video if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot, and let's know you do like the video recorded in a bedroom in Chicago, with a brand new microphone, which I guess I have now. But yeah, with that said, let's get straight into it, and let's start by talking about what exactly was inside Title Update 47, because it just came out, everyone's excited, brand new update. I mean, no one gets excited for an update just after another one, but yeah, a bug fix update's out, what exactly has been fixed, and it looks like this update was kind of rushed out within the first few days of them being back in the office, just so they could get the major bugs fixed, and there's only 3 of them in there, and they're kind of interesting ones, but they're fixed regardless, because the first one is a fix for mob spawners not spawning anymore and showing pigs inside them, fix for previously created signs being censored for players with restrictive privacy settings, and fix for being able to escape the boundaries of the world by exiting a boat at the edge. So that boat one was one of the most fun glitches I've seen in quite some time. That's been patched. Obviously it has to be. If you did that in survival, you could lose all your stuff and have it gone forever. I get that. That needs to be gone. The mob spawner thing, that was a really annoying issue where every single spawn in your world was reverted to a pig one, and because there's no data which says what a spawner used to be, now all your spawners are gonna kind of default to something else. I'll get into that later. And then the third thing about the signs, pretty important I guess, that needs to be fixed too. But yeah, this is only gonna be like the first. Oops, dropped the microphone now. This is only going to be the first bug fix of TU47 because basically, they need to have there's more bugs to be fixed. I'm sure you all know like certain ones, but these are just the major ones that are being fixed. But yeah, I said there's some secrets going on here. What exactly are those secrets? Let's talk about the first one, which is to do those mob spawners. So you might think, oh yeah, mob spawners going to go back to that previous thing, but like I just said, they have no data for what a mob spawner used to be, so they have to guess. So if you go to the Nether, every mob spawner is going to default to a blaze one because they're the only spawners you can get there. If you're in a stronghold, you're going to get a spawner, the silverfish spawner, and if you're in an abandoned mine shaft, you're going to get cave spider spawners. So that's easy, that's fixed. Your old spawners in those places are going to go back to default, but if you have a mob spawner anywhere else, i.e. a regular dungeon mob spawner, these have to default to something else, and according to 4J Steve, again, he's like lead community guy or something, that's his official title, 4J, and basically, yeah, according to him, these are going to default to a random chance between skeleton and zombie spawner, and this is very interesting. One, that they chose, random between those two, I think it's 50-50 based on his wording, but 2, that they don't have spider spawners. So yeah, if you had a spider spawner before, it's now gone, but if you had a zombie spawner you didn't really like and didn't want to do anything with, there's a chance it's turned into a skeleton spawner. So this is like a little bit of good inside, a little bit of weird inside. One of the weirdest bugs I've ever seen that I think, this is an example of why like this sort of stuff needs to be, I guess, checked better. I don't know how this came up because it happened on all devices. Therefore, it's the sort of thing that I know like it's so easy to say like you should have checked for this and that, but it's the sort of thing that like looking back on, it's one of those like world destroying things. And I don't know what the alternative to having something like this is because again, you'd have to do so much more rigorous bug testing. But I just feel like something like this is a real bummer that certain people are going to lose a spawner and have it revert to another one. Like if you had a skeleton spawner, you might have lost that. Like there's certain people who win on this, but I think, let's call it like 66% of people to make a random average, a slight majority of people are perhaps going to lose from this, and some people are going to be unaffected. But yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. That's kind of a bummer. But the other bummer in this update is the fact that the glitch going above the Nether, you might have noticed how, again, they've made it so if you go above Y128, basically it doesn't work properly. Like you can place blocks, but you can't break them. Besides with TNT, basically they've confirmed that this isn't a glitch, this is intended functionality, which again, super bizarre because on the PC it works that way. But yeah, it's an intended change from the PC because they want to make it so that, so they had to free up some space, so they wanted to make it so there was more memory available. So they just made the top of the Nether because, officially you're not meant to get there, and only like, let's call it like 0.5% of players ever even do go there. They've just made it like not properly loaded territory. I'm not sure why you can still place blocks, but then, there's some weirdities as to like why that's not taking up memory. We can only speculate because we don't know the very inner workings, but it's really bizarre to me that this is the case, and I hope that at some point in the future, they can work on fixing this, because to me it's weird that like, oh yeah, the end islands, being a full like, what is it, like 200 blocks out, somehow all that space in between uses more memory, but they took away from the end island that should have freed up the space. I don't get this. I feel like a part of me wants to say it's, it's totally not the response, but for now we can just say apparently they need more memory. I'm not sure why they had to do it on all platforms and not just the ones with limited memory, but for now all we can say is like, oh yeah, top of the Nether doesn't work right now, which is a really strange and honestly kind of a bummer if you ask me. So yeah, that is my opinion on that one, and that is kind of TU47 in a nutshell. What it mostly is, it's a bug fix update to fix like 3 of the major bugs in this, but we also learned some stuff about how they're fixing it, which again means some of you are going to be big winners from this, some of you, potentially could be big losers if you got like only 3 mob spawners in your world and they all default to zombie. But yeah, based on the fact that it's going to be random, something I'd recommend is like download the update, like go into your world and then exit without save, and maybe try it that way. Again, I'm not home, I can't test this stuff, but that's something I'd recommend trying, because if it is going to be purely random, random, it's not seed-based, and it's only going between those two. I'd guess that you can eventually get the ones you want, which might be something you can use to your advantage. But yeah, in general, this is just a bug fix. It was done in like less than a week to just get the major bugs fixed, and TU48 is still going to be releasing within the next, let's call it like, you know, like a few weeks or so. Like, it's going to be released probably by the end of January, start February, that sort of time. That's when we can expect TU48, which will fix more bugs, like, you know, some, I guess, you know, slightly less, you know, annoying, less major, but it's kind of annoying. Like, for instance, the zombie pigman not dropping gold nuggets. There's a bunch of them, and if you want to report any, you can still go to bugs.mojang.com/browse/mcce, and you can go and report them. But for now, I don't know, I'm a little bit bummed about that, you know, never thing. I really hope that they can fix that in a future update, but again, maybe it is essential that the old gen consoles have to, you know, have the never taken away. Again, I don't work on the game, I can't say the exact specifics, and I can't say that it definitely can be done. It's just something I'd personally like. Also, just before we go here, a little bit of news. The Switch had a big conference yesterday, bunch of cool games. I really enjoyed the, you know, the Mario showcase in particular, but also they announced that the Minecraft for the Switch would be happening, and 4J then later confirmed it with a screenshot of Minecraft for the Switch right here. So yeah, as you can now know, TU47 out now, Minecraft for the Switch coming soon. It looks like it's going to be a launch title because, again, usually they do these things years after the release. You know, the Wii U took several years, you know, the Xbox One and PS4 were at least a year and a bit delayed after the main consoles, but it looks like this might be a launch title, and that might be one of the things they're doing in the first half of this year. However, again, bear in mind that while the Wii U edition was being developed, I believe they were working on TU31, while the Xbox One and PS4 editions were developed, they're working on TU19, two of the biggest updates ever. So clearly, you know, I don't know if it takes the whole team or what it does, but it means that there'll still be content worked at least alongside in some form, alongside this update. So yeah, we got Minecraft for the Switch, probably coming early, you know, let's call it a launch title. That's what we know so far. They haven't confirmed it, but it looks that way. And we also have, you know, something else in development, as well as TU48, the bug fix, which is going to fix even more bugs in this update. But with that said, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Again, I'm in Chicago. I bought a blue snowball, so if you know what those mics look like, they're pretty cool, actually. It's like a ball. You could play catch with it if you want to play catch with, like, a fairly expensive microphone. And, yeah, I guess I have one of these, which I'll use for, like, you know, Mobcrush streams and stuff like that now. So, yeah, isn't that nice? But, yeah, I just wanted to get this video out because I think it's important that I share the news with you as soon as I can. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like the video if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Lets us know you do like me going out and buying a microphone. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, just usually not in an Airbnb, bedroom. But yeah, that said, I do hope you did enjoy it, because I will see you all next time. Goodbye.